I remember the first time that I noticed that I had programmed myself to be a high achiever consistently. But before I got there, I made 3 big shifts. So let's talk about it. I don't know if you know my backstory, but in a nutshell, did very badly at school, dyslexic, dyspraxic, lack of self-love, self-worth, went into addiction, alcoholism, downward spiral of doom, victimhood, the world's against me, oh, the world's for everyone else, not for me, yada yada yada. And then I learnt about self-transformation. I dived into meditation, yoga, positive thinking. I went all in and I changed my life. I transformed myself. I mastered self. And through this transformation, it was so shocking, it was so wild that I'd gone from here to here. I had no other choice but to help others do the same. Because of course, what else do you do once you've found the Holy Grail? You want to share it. So I created Mindwave Meditation, I started coaching people, I started guiding people, and I started helping people help themselves to become the best versions of themselves. So that aside, I was building my big transformation online course and I noticed midway through, oh my God, I'm a high achiever. It takes a high achiever to be disciplined, to be focused, to piece the whole puzzle together and build something like that. It was such a full circle moment that I'd gone from not really being able to read and write to this point. And it's because I did 3 things, and I want to share those 3 things. If you're not quite satisfied with where you are now and you want to be somewhere else, you want to experience something else, you want to uncover your greatest self, and you want to balance and manage all that comes up, all that comes at you. And you can absolutely do this with just a small set of principles. I absolutely wholeheartedly believe this, and I know it to be true. So let's talk about it. Number 1, I got clear on exactly what I wanted to be, do, have, and experience in this lifetime. And before I did that, I didn't actually know what I wanted. You know, I kind of wanted this, I kind of wanted that. Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It was a lot of, talky, not a lot of actual action. Look, I'm a dreamer. I'm a big believer in, visualization and dreaming about what you do want. But there's a big flaw in this, and a lot of people on the spiritual self-development path have all of the dreams, but then they don't do them. And then they continue to dream about doing them and don't do them. 5 years goes on. Oh, I haven't done it. 10 years goes past. I still haven't done it, but I'm going to keep on dreaming about it. Does that sound familiar? So I got clear. I got super clear on what I actually wanted in this lifetime. No nonsense, my actual true desires and what I wanted to achieve. And I solely focused on that, start to finish, or at least until it was working before bringing in anything else into my life. What we tend to do is we figure out what we want and then we try and do a bit of everything, and then it all falls apart over and over and over again. This is the worst mistake you can do, this yo-yo mentality of life, or trying to spin all of these plates and thinking one of them's just gonna miraculously take off. It most likely won't. It will most likely take off if you tune in and funnel all of your energy into something so it builds momentum and fires it up that hill. Spreading yourself too thin and dabbling in all sorts of different areas is a surefire way to never really make one thing take off. But I don't just want one thing, I want all of the things. I hear you, I'm the same. So let me ask you this, if you truly want this thing, this thing, this thing, and this thing, then you owe it to yourself to create that plan, create that mission, and figure out how you're gonna make that happen. Because doing them all at the same time, it's most likely not gonna work out. And I don't mean to be so blunt, but I wanna help you. I wish someone had said this to me, but no one ever did. So I learned the hard way by doing it and failing a few times. So if you're already clear, if you already know who you are, where you're going and what you've got to do, then absolutely amazing. If you do not yet know, click the link down below and take on Dare to Discover. It's a mini course. You could do it over a weekend. My clients that actually do all of the steps in this always have these miraculous breakthroughs. Oh, I just met the love of my life. Oh, I've figured out my whole vision. Oh, all of these opportunities keep on popping up. It's because you're directing not only yourself, your higher self, the universe, exactly what you want. So the decisions you start to make are in line with what you're trying to bring into your universe, what you're trying to create in your universe. You start to notice that you start saying no to the things that aren't quite aligned with this vision that you've created. So the sooner you get clear, the sooner everything starts to flow and go your way. So this course is monumental if you really want to map out all areas of your life and know yourself better than you've ever known yourself before. Dare to discover, enjoy. Number 2, now that I knew what I truly wanted, which was to build this business and have a band as well and have a long-lasting marriage and to overcome all of my addictions and my naughty habits. That was all I ever really wanted, and that's a handful of stuff. So I had the vision. The next big thing was to get really real with myself and ask myself some super honest questions. The first question was, do I really want to change? And of course we normally just say, yeah, of course. But some of the habits I was doing, sleeping in, not making the most out of my day, drinking too much, all of it, socializing more than I needed to just because I wanted to be around other people and just kind of forget about what I was meant to be doing. If I'd asked myself that before, I couldn't honestly say yes because I enjoyed it too much and that's just where I was in my life. But at this point, I knew I needed to make things happen. Enough was enough. It was time to manifest my dream life. So yes, I really wanted to change. The next question was, am I ready to change right now? Am I ready to create my new schedule, to put these things on the shelf, to just go for it and not worry about what other people were saying and, maybe saying behind my back? Was I ready for that? Was I ready to put myself out there on the internet and share this stuff and not be worried about what people might say? What people might point out? Yeah, bring it on, let's go. So question number 3 was the big one. Am I willing to do whatever it takes to make this dream happen? Not start it and then go, ooh, bit much. Just gonna go and get a proper job. Am I willing to do whatever it takes to make this dream happen, no matter what comes up, no matter what comes up in my life, no matter the obstacles, to just go all in and make it happen? Am I willing to do whatever it takes? The editing, got to learn how to edit, got to learn how to be confident at all points, to learn to know the answers and remember things, and also learn when to say I don't know, and also say no to things that come up. Hey, do you want to come to this stag do? We're all going to get shit-faced. No, I don't. I've done that. It was great, and I'm sure you'll have a great time, but I want to do this right now. I want to make this happen. I don't want to get to the end of my life and go, if only I'd not got so wasted or got so just distracted all the time. I could have maybe built that thing and realized that my life wasn't just about me, it was about other people. If I was just thinking about me and pissing my life away, then I wasn't thinking about the greater good and uplifting humanity, even in a small way, maybe even in a big way. It's just all about me. So it was yes. I started to show up for myself. I started to be committed to myself and the journey, and that was it. Commit to this, commit to what I've decided, and just commit to the journey no matter what. And then we'll see what happens. There's no going back. There's no plan B. Screw plan B. If you write a plan B, you've already failed. And you could argue that absolutely, of course. We're all experiencing our own lives, and some of us need a plan A and a plan B, and I get it. But you've failed. If you write this plan B and you're like, if this doesn't work out, I'll just do that. Just do that. Don't waste your time, everyone else's time, by pretending that you're all in on this. Because if you were all in on plan A, you wouldn't write a plan B, because the plan B is only there if this doesn't work. So what I'm saying to you is, if you're going to do this plan A, go all in. No looking back. No plan B, all in, no matter what. If you don't figure out the first time, you bend, you move, you pivot, you change, you keep learning, you keep growing, you keep changing, you keep tweaking. All in. So do you really want to change? Do you really, 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 really want to change? Are you ready to change? Are you willing to change and do whatever it takes, no matter what, to make that dream happen? If it's a yes, yes, oh yes, then you've already won. You have already won because you know thyself. You have realized yourself. Now it's just a case of actualizing that dream, doing that thing. And that's the easy part. The hardest part is not knowing who you are, not knowing where you want to go, not being able to see where you are in your life. It's so exhausting. It's so stressful. It's so overwhelming. When you know who you are and you know what your mission is, your vision, your goal, and you just have to show up and do it and just keep on moving and keep on going, and keep on patting yourself on the back, life can become a joy, an absolute joy. So let's keep going. So step number 3 was I programmed myself. I decided to reprogram myself for what I did want, which was plan A, the big story, and be conscious of when I was thinking about what I didn't want and decide that that wasn't part of my belief system. Because we're all in on plan A. There's no going back. There is no plan B or self-doubt, lack of self-worth, victimhood. Ooh, why? Oh, it's because all these excuses. No, they don't exist in plan A, in this better version of yourself, in this awesome version of yourself, the best, greatest version of yourself. Victimhood and lack of trust doesn't exist in this world that you're creating. So I decided to reprogram myself for that every day without fail. And there's a number of ways you can do this. I talk about this all the way through my big transformation course. And this is one of the greatest things I hear back from my clients. No matter what they're going through in life, some of them are trying to stop drinking. Some of them want a promotion. Some of them want to tune into gratitude more and self-love. We use these tools to reprogram ourselves, to fire and wire new neural pathways. So let's just talk about what it actually means to reprogram ourselves. We have the conscious mind, the thinking, active mind, and then we have the subconscious mind, below conscious. And this is where all the work really gets done. Our subconscious mind doesn't know what is real and what isn't real. So we can use this to our advantage. We can tell ourselves by using positive imagery, by writing affirmations down, reminding ourselves when we're in victimhood to come back to optimism. We can do all of these things to program ourselves for what we do want. And what happens is we become adaptable to new experiences that in the past we wouldn't have allowed for ourselves. We change our brain accordingly. Neuroplasticity is the science of how adaptable the brain can be. We didn't used to think that we could change our brain. It's just, this is just the way I am. It's genetics. It's just the way it is. All valid things. But when we realize we can change ourselves, then we realize that if we're walking through town and we're looking at all the adverts or we're on TV, TikTok or whatever, we're constantly getting bombarded with data, with information. All the time. We're getting programmed whether we like it or not, all of the time. So for lack of a better word, we can brainwash ourselves for what we do want. I wanted to be successful. I wanted happiness. I wanted to feel peace. I wanted to feel loved. I wanted to feel confident. I wanted to be able to tap into my creativity whenever I wanted to. I wanted to be a high achiever. I went down a year when I was a kid and I was still the bottom of that set. I couldn't grasp how everyone knew how to do things, the basic things. And through mental reprogramming, through auto-suggestion, through brain entrainment, I trained myself to become a better version of what I was. And you can do it too. So when we do this, we create these new neural pathways, which are kind of like motorways, like highways. superhighways. And this is where the new information can travel down. Essentially what we're doing is we're dismantling the old pathways and we're creating these new superhighways, these super motorways, which deliver the information better, smoother, faster. And by doing this every day, this repetition, we start to rewire ourselves to be able to carry this information quicker. It's almost like being in the snow, going down a big hill in the sledge, and we create these grooves in the snow. And then you get down to the bottom, you go all the way to the top, and you see, oh, there's my track, because I went down and it started to kind of take form, take shape. So we go down again, and then we go up and we go down again. And what happens is every time we go up and we go down again, you've solidified this groove in the snow, and it's starting to almost look like ice, and it's strong, and the sledge just slots right in, and whoosh, you start to go faster. In fact, that's a really good analogy. That's exactly what it's like. So a great way to do this is to watch what's going on up here, how you're talking about yourself. Are you being kind, optimistic? Are you encouraging, or are you self-deprecating? Are you saying, oh, I can't? Self-talk is everything. Check out my self-talk playlist. Start to learn this, master it, be amazing at it. It doesn't take long to master, it's just maintenance. And there's so many other ways to do this. I teach all of this in the Big Transformation course, all very simple tools and methods that you can apply to your life around whatever it is that you're doing to ensure that you get from here to here. That's the mission, to be able to feel fulfilled in life. We always want more, we always want to be growing and evolving, we're always going to want the next thing, but to feel fulfilled right here, right now, and at peace, proud of yourself for making it happen and doing the thing that you want to be doing, doesn't get better than that. Check out the Big Transformation course. If it resonates, just take it on, just do it. You won't regret it, I know that much. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you on the next one.